Now, yesterday I promised you guys a very interesting episode. That interesting episode has arrived, and it is this episode. In this episode, let me show you something. You see, the tracker expert not only had made a big mistake, but also has exposed Longwe and the theory of the so-called intruders. And it has broken it down and has just made things extremely worse for the people who are investigating local case 636. Now, take a look at this. The tracker gives us a record of Longwe Twala that was around Fosloras, right? We're going to go through that a bit. Then it gives us a perspective that at the time when Longwe Twala was busy driving around Fosloras, he was driving, if it was a manual, I can guarantee you that he was driving at gear number 2. The highest was gear number 3. Because he will drive 20 kilometers per hour. 30, 40 kilometers per hour. That person would have been driving very slow. Now, but then, it's more than that driving. It is what he could have discovered as he was driving slow. That therefore tells us that the confession from accused number 1, is destroyed, and that confession is nullified, it doesn't exist. Which begs or proves our point that confession was never voluntarily. 2, it also destroyed the confession made by accused number 2. It proves beyond reasonable doubt that confession never existed. Right? Which it has been our point that confession was never a true confession, was never free and voluntarily. So then it eliminates all the accused in the Senzo Meyiwa case, then open a can of worms, and then it creates this. Who is being protected and why they are being protected? This is a very interesting one here. So you're going to have to pay attention. I'm going to start with accused number 1, right? Accused number 1 is Muziga Ukulelwa Sbiya. As it has been alleged that he made a free confession, it was free and voluntary. We say no problem. But now, for you to understand how the how the tracker expert has just made things worse, you need to go back to the actual confession from accused number 1. And now, listen to the confession. Listen to how accused number 1 put it. How they strategically placed themselves as they were about to commit this offense, right? As per the confession. Now, pay attention to this confession, because if the confession is true, then Longwe Twala has got some explanation to do. It means that if the confession is true, then Longwe Twala also was involved. Right? If the confession is true, Longwe Twala was involved. But wait, park it there. I'm coming back to you. While you are parking it there, please do this. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people. Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To click the notification bell, it is free of charge. To share this video, it is free of charge. To watch this video until the end, it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads, it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Okay, now before I start, I came out yesterday in my video yesterday. Somebody said this. Sometimes the vehicle was moving while the engine was off, according to the tracker expert. Don't ask me how. Right? Chief Baloyi is cooking with the wrong space. However, on the other hand, it is slow moving of the this slow moving of the vehicle proves that Longo was injured. He couldn't able to press the accelerator. He was driving around Johannesburg looking for a doctor. Oh, that's it's not me. Somebody commented on one of my video at Temba Pagati 1026. So it's not me. Let's give credit when it is due, right? Now let's take a look at this one. And then Omunya commented, yeah, it all start to make sense now. If Longwe pushed the suspect and ran out of fear, when did he get a chance to go to his car? Cause he ran away. If he was scared, why is he keeping driving around the area? Another thing is the car was around very early. It corresponds with the theory of him having been angry, looking for his girlfriend who didn't even answer his calls. So he came back later and found them at the house. That's when the fight started. Give credit to Duma Mdumgati 4879, right? Another comment says, slow moving polo, ne? Cycling around and around. If Longwe was inside and then running to the park, who was driving that ghost polo? Give credit when it is due. You see how people are. Look, I'm just showing you, Guti. That, like I always say, that you can kill me, but there are a lot of people with such intellectual capacity who are able to comprehend these things. So they will continue to defeat you even in my absence. Because so there are people with intellectual capacity. So I'm not the problem. The problem is the people that are following me. Look at what they are typing here. They are opening other people's eyes. Wait, go back to the confession of accused number 1. He brought Umako and Umakimbi, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm pronouncing the name right. And then look at how they were positioned. According to accused number 1, there was a person there were 2 people that were positioned outside the gate. Remember, I asked, how is it that Ntapseng did not see these people and Yolanda who were on the street? Okay, we give them credit and say we didn't. We say, give them the benefit of the doubt. You didn't see them, right? But look at this. So there are people who are positioned outside the gate. 1. And then there are people who went inside. Right? And then there's somebody that waited in the yard. Right? Take a look at that. So there's a person, there are those who are outside, somebody inside the yard, but not inside the house. Then there are people who are inside the house. Now listen to this one. That this is supposed to make something that doesn't make logical sense. You can't believe the Longwe Twala statement and believe the confession at the same time. One is got to be the truth, and the other one is got to be the lie. These are 2 mutual disruptive versions, and that's why I'm saying the confession was never true, was never free and voluntarily. I end them because if then that's the case, listen to this one. When Longwe Twala escaped the house, then he's supposed to be picked up by the guy standing in the yard. What is the position of the guy standing on the yard? What is he there for? Angeti, he's there to make sure that nobody escape. How does Longwe Twala escape the people in the house? The guy on the yard? The guy outside the yard? Or the guys outside the yard? That tells you. In this confession, you can see that, no. Something doesn't make sense here. Something, you see, it tells me the confession was, the people were coerced. They are right when they say they were forced. And we're going to come back to this thing of them being coerced to make the confession. And let me give you time. Let me just say this. Now, pack the confession of accused number 1. Go to the confession from accused number 2. Bongan Sandiso Ntanzi. In Bongan Sandisontan's confession, he says, he went inside. It was him and accused number 3, which is Carlos Gadla Mncube. They are the ones who went inside the house to commit the offense, according to this fake and coerced, not with the bracket, fake and coerced confession. If you follow that and you say, okay, there were 2 inside, according to Bongantanz, accused number 4, which is Mapisa, was standing on the window. According to Ntanzi, accused number 5 and accused number 1, they were standing outside the yard. Out just next to the gate, outside the yard. We say, okay, in this confession, Longwe Twala is able to beat accused number 1 and accused number 3 and accused number 2 and 3, right? And outsmart them inside the house. But then why is he not picked by accused number 4, who's standing next to the window? Nothing. What is he standing? Is he standing there? He's standing there to do what? Is he not looking for people who are escaping from the house so he can finish them? Why is he standing there? Move and say, make it make sense to me. Because Tina, we are dumb. Apparently, Tina, we are dumb. We've been telling you, stop lying, because there's lies. One day you will be held accountable for lying. So, there are 3 people that Longwe Twala is able to beat. The people in the house, the one in the window. But then again, outside the gate, there's accused number 5 and accused number 1. They are waiting outside the gate. How is Longwe Twala able to escape? Then leave the guys outside the yard. Beat the people inside. The accused number 4 next to the window. And he goes and he starts the car. Nothing happened. Accused number 4, who's standing next to the window, doesn't respond to Longwe Twala getting into the car, starting the vehicle, and then he doesn't do anything, right? He starts the polo, he drives outside. The accused number 1 and accused number 5, they are standing outside the gate. They do nothing. They guys, make it make sense, because it doesn't make any logical sense to me, right? Make it make sense to me, because it does not make any logical sense. Longwe Twala is able to escape all these people. You can swear that these people were somehow, their brain, like somebody pressed the button and they were like, their brain just went off. Longwe Twala was just able to escape them like nobody's business. Guys, please make it make sense to me, because right now I'm sitting here and this does not make any logical sense, right? So here is what takes the cup. Here's what takes the cup. You left the house. You escape from a dangerous situation, from 2 men holding firearms. You escape from the guy on the window holding a firearm. You escape from the guys outside the house whose car were parked outside the house. As per the confession, a confession from accused number 2. You escape from those people, right? Make it make sense to me. Maybe before I ask you the question, let me give you the caliber of accused number 5. Accused number 5, as per his record, he's convicted. That man, he's not a man he's not an intent hitman. He's not an intending Gabi. That man does it. That man, when he says he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it. Look at the type of people that he has dealt with, the record of people he has been killing. People from the royal house, people with security. But he is able to, you know what I'm saying, maneuver that space. Here's the point. Accused number 5 is such an ngatin. You know, if he was a sniper, I will say he's got a 100% record of shooting people from a distance and killing them. How does he miss Longwe Twala? Leave accused number 1. Five. Visokuhle Ntuli. How does he miss his Longwe Twala? Allow him to drive. And mind you, this is what the tracker record makes it even worse, right? When he drives, leaving the house. Listen, this one. It's going to take the cup. When he drives, leaving the house, there's no record of the car rushing. He's driving slow. About accused number 5. Now think about accused number 5 who is serving 6. Is it 6 or 3? I think it's 6 life sentences. On top of that, there's 38 years for taking people's life. Now, I want you to tell me, he passed that. He's driving slow. For a man who is running from a situation in the house, he ran from people with guns. He gets outside the yard. He takes his car. He drives his car, running from people who are armed, yet drive like a guy with a girlfriend. You know when a polo driver is just driving around with a girlfriend, they're just, you know what I'm saying? They drive slow and they pull the seats, when they pull the seats, and they're driving slow. To me, it gives me a picture of such a person who is, the seats are pulled backwards and the girlfriend probably has her leg on the dashboard. You know what we see, Mosekasi? They are probably eating quarters, then they drive slow. It gives me such vibes. You are running from a very tough situation that you left in the house, yet you drive so slow. Guys, make it make sense. It does not make sense. I can tell you now that I'm convinced and convicted there was never an intruder in that house. Accused number 1 to 5 were never in that house. Now, after that, look at this. You are still around the crime scene. At what time? Longwe Twala is around the crime scene. I'm checking the time. I just want to show you that there's something that doesn't make sense here. At 9:52, Longwe Twala's car is around the crime scene. It is the tracker expected. It's the one that gives us this record. At around 1 past 10, this person is still at Kutlwanong Street. 10 past 10. At 9, Longwe Twala was at Kutlwanong Street. At 10, Longwe Twala was Kutlwanong Street. Longwe Twala did not leave Kutlwanong Street, but then this is what doesn't make sense again. It moves from one complication to another. Ntapsing with Yolanda, who were outside, does not pick the car. The car that is moving on the street is not picked by all of these people. Number two, something that doesn't make sense in this case, right? The police, when they came back from the hospital, they don't pick this polo up. The community on the street, they don't pick this polo up. No one from Zandile, Togo, Tumelo, nobody speaks about the polo that is on Kutlwanong Street. Because the polo doesn't leave Kutlwanong Street. It goes and comes back on Kutlwanong. How come that no witness ever picked up the red polo? Could it be that the people who were killed, the boys that were killed, would have testified about this polo? They were killed because they would have testified about this polo. Could it be that some of the witnesses that died, they died because they were the ones who would have testified about this polo? But the current one, none of them testifies about the polo. When it shows that the story was created, the story was made to suit a specific narrative, that the police came into this to perpetuate that narrative and bring a little bit of an experience as a police, because it does not make sense that all these police arrives there. None of the police, because now we even asked the question, it appears like Senzo Mewa died at the police station. There was so much police visibility on Kutlwanong Street. None of them picks the red polo. None of them. There was so much police on the street, top senior officials, none of them picks the red polo. It makes sense that at the arrival of some senior officials, suddenly there's discovery of a certain bullet. It tells me that the bullet was on the red polo. I said what I said. Allegedly. Something doesn't make sense. And please make it make sense, because we are logical here. You're not going to fool us broad daylight and make us believe something that never existed. No, we are people with intelligence. We see lies when we see them. We smell lies here. Make it make sense. The people that were killed, I'm telling you, those witnesses would have told us something about that red polo. Longwe Twala leaves the house. He's in a hurry. There are people who wants to kill them. Okay? He drives at Gokhanong Street. From the time when he left the house, right, to 12, he doesn't see, he can't visit police station. He Jehovah. You know, if Longwe Twala had left the house at, say for instance, at 8:30, he escaped the house. At Kutlanong Street, look, if you ask people around, because he was driving, they would have directed him to, I know there are so many, where Longwe was, there's a BP garage at Mohi Street where he drove past. There's a BP garage there. But if you drive, look, that is when you drive towards Spread View, because he was there. There's a BP garage there. The BP garage behind it, it's Spread View Mall. But if you drive inward, you drive inside Fosloras, you would have found there is a BP garage. There's also an engine garage on that road next to Fosloras, right? And as you go to the hospital, there's another engine garage there. All these people could have shown you, as you drive towards the hospital, by the way, you would have passed Fosloras police station, as well as Metro Police Precinct, that is at Fosloras. You would have seen the police there. If you had asked around, you would have easily found the police there, right? So, Longwe Twala was just next to the police station. But he kept driving very slow. And you still today... somebody's sitting at home belittling our intelligence. There was intruder. Nonsense. There was never intruder in that house. That's a lie. A person who's behaving this way does not behave like that. I've been hijacked. I've said this many times. I've been hijacked. I was hijacked. It was around 6:15. It was around February 2020, because that's was hijacked. Because when the lockdown began in March, I was hijacked on February. I think it's 2020. Lockdown began around near the month end of March. February I was hijacked. Guess what? I was hijacked and kidnapped from 6 p.m. around 20 past 6. They took me to a place that I didn't know. Around past 10, they released me. When they released me, after being released from a dangerous situation, I checked around and I saw people. I went straight to these people and I told them, guys, this is what has just happened. I said to them, please, take me to the nearest police station. A guy took me with his car to the police station. The police station was Moroka police station. I was there from probably around 10:30. That's logic. When you are in trouble, the first thing that comes to your mind is police station, is ambulance. What type of trouble that makes Longwe drive around? And he's outside for crying out loud. I've been in that situation. Found these people and they said, okay, guys, take me. If you cannot call the police, take me to the police station. They said, it's too close. We can just take you there. Because when I went there, I said, guys, please call the police for me. They will assist me. They said, no, the police station is too close. They dropped me there. And I was there. And I was assisted. Longwe Twala left a hostile situation with inverted commas now. Yet he's driving around so slow, cruising nice at Kutwanong Street. And you still want to convince me that whatever I believe in is not the truth. The truth is the way in truth. That's accused number 1 to 5 killed Senzo Mayo. Hey, I'm not psychologically challenged. You must be submitted in a psychiatric ward. If you don't see evidence for what it is, and you still want us to believe the lies, not me, andizi.